Who out there has ever wondered if you could get either better or faster results by switching something up in your body contouring protocols? Or maybe I should say, who has not thought about that? And we know you have because we've heard from so many of you who've come up with ideas of your own and bounced them off of us. The protocols we teach have years of track records, both in efficacy and with safety. So the question is, when is it okay to bend those protocols that have been proven safe and also effective? That's a topic we're examining today as we dive into it as it relates to cryolipolysis fat freezing treatments. Is it okay to perform a repeat cryolipolysis treatment sooner than 6 weeks? Well, in today's episode, we'll give you our expert opinion after we lay out the facts about cryolipolysis technology and treatments, as well as the reasons for the cryolipolysis protocol designs. And after that, we'll explain how you can both safely and effectively give your patients fantastic cryolipolysis fat reduction as quickly as possible. Stay tuned to hear this important episode.
You're listening to the Body Contouring Academy's Proven Profits podcast, where you'll learn simple, actionable strategies from real-world, successful body contouring professionals to help you generate more revenue, realize the profits you want, and create the life you desire. Hi, I'm Shannon.
And I'm Kay.
And we're your hosts of the Proven Profits podcast.
Hi there, healthcare professionals, business owners, body contouring technicians, and beauty professionals. Welcome to everyone. Kay here. Shannon and I want to thank you for being here too. It's safe to say that we're all in this line of work because we love helping people, our clients, and making them happy. Our clients want results, whether it's slimming, sculpting, toning, smoothing, or tightening. And pretty universally, once they've finally made their decision, they want those changes fast. But because of the way our treatments work, results are gradual and most often take up to several weeks. Now, we don't like seeing our clients frustrated with the progress, so sometimes we come up with ideas wondering if they'll speed up the process. And if you do, that just means you care. But should you change, add to, or otherwise deviate from proven protocols in that process of caring? Is this something that is in the best interest of your client? Well, in today's episode, we're walking you through the process to answer if it is in your client's best interest, at least in the context of cryolipolysis fat freezing treatments. We'll be examining the implications of performing a second or a repeat treatment sooner than 6 weeks. We're going to give you our opinion based on our 20 years of experience. After we lay out the facts about cryolipolysis technology and treatments, as well as the reasons for the designs of those cryolipolysis protocols, why they are the way they are. And because we know you want what's best for your clients, we'll end the episode by telling you what to do to get the fastest and the most superior fat reduction results. Things we've done to help our clients for years, to build our reputation, and to grow our businesses over the years. Well, let's get this show on the road, guys. To start and to understand cryolipolysis protocols, you must first understand cryolipolysis technology and treatments. So how does the cryolipolysis fat freezing technology reduce fat? Did you know it's been 75 years since medical experts first realized that fat cells are more susceptible to damage from cold temperatures than any other cells in the human body. And it's this principle that serves as the very foundation for cryolipolysis technology, which was first introduced as body contouring technology in 2010 with a machine of a familiar name, CoolSculpting. Now, focusing back to cryolipolysis technology per se, how does a cryolipolysis treatment reduce fat? Well, it does it with 2 steps. The first step is the treatment itself, and that is when fat cell destruction takes place. The cryolipolysis technology delivers freezing cold temperatures that cool the treatment area to 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 4 degrees Celsius. Now, to fully appreciate the amount of cooling involved in a cryolipolysis treatment, keep in mind this fact. Surface skin temperature runs between 92 and 98 degrees Fahrenheit. So taking it to 40 degrees is a drop of more than 50 degrees. Now, during the treatment, fat cells in the treatment area, well, they're damaged by that controlled freezing cold temperature, and they start the process of dying, which is called apoptosis. Meanwhile, the surrounding tissue in the treatment area, the skin, the muscle, the blood vessels, etc., well, they're left unharmed from the freezing cold temperature. So what is the second step? Well, after that cryolipolysis treatment has been completed, it's a fat elimination process. Treatment's over, and it's now up to your client's body. 2 things are going to happen. First is an inflammatory response. Your client's body is going to react to that cryolipolysis treatment with a local inflammatory response. It's going to be sending white blood cells to that treatment area to assist in dispersing the damaged, dying fat cells and what it perceives as rescuing the body from a perceived harm. Now, this is good because studies show that inflammation is a positive thing, at least when it comes to body contouring, because it contributes to better results. Now, the second thing is the lymphatic detox process. Your client's lymphatic system goes into action, initiating the natural process of eliminating those soon-to-be dead fat cells and the other debris left behind from the treatment from the client's body. But this process takes time. The lymphatic elimination process takes a minimum of 6 to 8 weeks. And with most patients, it's really not until 3 to 4 months, 12 to 16 weeks, before all the debris from the treatment is completely cleared from the body, and the reduction and consequent slimming in the treatment area can fully be realized. In other words, your client and you can see it and measure it. Now, quick question before we move on. You're taking the time to learn from this episode, so we're thinking your goal might be to become an expert in cryolipolysis fat freezing. If so, you can fast track that goal because we offer in-depth online cryolipolysis certification course. In the course, we share our knowledge, we share our protocols, consent forms, all the other forms that we use, plus we give you our insider tips and more. If you'd like to take a look at the course details, we did leave a link to the course in our show notes for today. Okay, let's get back on it. How many cryolipolysis treatments are needed? So the first question that comes up when we answer that is, will you need to perform a repeat cryolipolysis treatment at all? Well, it depends. Don't you just love that answer? But no, seriously, whether you need to perform a repeat cryolipolysis treatment depends on, number one, the amount and location of fat in your client's problem area. Number two, how much reduction was seen from that initial treatment. And number three, what are your client's goals? 1 to 3 treatments, well, that's the most common, but every client is different. Your client should be making that decision on whether or not to retreat at her cryolipolysis follow-up visit, her final one, which should be scheduled between 12 and 16 weeks post-treatment. Now, speaking of whether your client needs another treatment or not, when will your client start seeing results or see results from a cryolipolysis treatment? This is when your clients start getting impatient while they're waiting to see reduction. Now, when results start to show can vary greatly from client to client. Remember, the reduction happens gradually as dead fat cells and other debris are expelled from the body. So most clients can start to see some changes at about 4 to 6 weeks post-treatment, but not all. Now, full or final results, that's very different. That most often takes 12 to 16 weeks, like we said earlier. But guess what? It can take, in some clients, up to 6 months or more. Which brings us to, what is the recommended time period to perform a repeat cryolipolysis treatment, and why? Well, there's 2 reasons why we recommend waiting to perform a repeat cryolipolysis treatment until 6 weeks or longer. The first is the inflammatory process that was brought about by the treatment. You need to allow the body time to calm down, to heal, and to return to a normal state. You need to allow time for the skin to recover. Allow time for that swelling to go down. Allow time for any discomfort to completely resolve. Now, there is still some inflammation and swelling all the way up to 6 weeks post-treatment. Now, the patient may not always perceive it, but it's there. And you don't want to rush the inflammatory process. Remember, the inflammation leads to better results. So, inflammation is one reason why you should allow at least 6 weeks for full recovery before you perform a repeat cryolipolysis treatment. The second reason is the body needs time to eliminate all the fat cells and debris that the initial treatment left behind. Now, it takes about 2 weeks for the fat cells to go through the process of apoptosis and die. They're dying for that 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, they die. Now, after that, it's going to take several weeks, that 12 to 16 weeks, or by then 10 to 14 weeks, for the body to completely metabolize and eliminate them. If you perform a second cryolipolysis treatment sooner than 6 weeks, you'll very likely be freezing over dead fat cells and debris. So your patient's not going to receive the benefit of an effective treatment. So the second reason is treating over dead fat cells that have not yet been eliminated from the body. If you perform your 6 weeks, your cryolipolysis treatment sooner than 6 weeks is the second reason. So the big question is, what can happen if you do perform a repeat cryolipolysis treatment and it's sooner than 6 weeks? Well, first, you can cause physical harm to the patient by creating inflammation over inflammation. Second, that repeat treatment could very likely result in an ineffective treatment because you're treating over dead fat cells and uncleared debris, and you're not penetrating to the untreated fat cells that you're hoping to target. And number 3, you're likely going to be wasting your client's money with either an ineffective treatment. And think about this. It could be a treatment that may not even be necessary because your client hasn't realized that full reduction from the treatment because you jumped the gun and haven't seen the reduction that could take place with a full clearance. And as a result of these things, you're going to run the risk of losing your client's trust and confidence in you. Now, you may be wondering, what about treating a different area? How soon can you perform another cryolipolysis treatment, but to a different area? And you're right, this is different. Second areas are generally okay to treat within the 6-week post-cryolipolysis period or even the same day as the initial cryolipolysis treatment, with one caveat, which we'll discuss in just a bit. Now, here's how treating a second area differs from retreating the same area. There's no concerns with inflammation over inflammation. You can treat a second area within the 6-week period and avoid the risk of producing inflammation over inflammation because you've not produced inflammation over that new site. There are also no concerns with treating over dead fat cells. There's no dead fat cells existing in the new area, so you can avoid this risk. But there are concerns with the lymphatic system elimination time and the load on the lymphatic system, and here's why. Even when performing a second cryolipolysis treatment to a different area, remember, your patient still has just one lymphatic system. And that lymphatic system, well, it's already working harder than normal to clear the fat cells and debris from the first treatment. So the answer to whether your patient's lymphatic system can handle this double elimination brought about by the second cryolipolysis treatment, but to a different area, requires careful assessment of each individual patient and her lifestyle so you can determine her lymphatic function health. And as you might guess, when it comes to non-invasive fat reduction, including cryolipolysis, boosting lymphatic function is the key to optimal and even accelerated fat reduction results. So, for best cryolipolysis fat reduction results, add lymphatic booster treatments after your cryolipolysis treatments. We preach about this all the time, and here's why. Fat cell destruction is not enough. It's step 1, right? With cryolipolysis and with all the other non-invasive fat reduction treatments and technologies. You have to go to that second step, fat cell elimination. It's necessary. So now, cryolipolysis technology is just like all the other non-invasive fat reduction technologies. These technologies damage or kill fat cells in the treated area and then must rely on the patient's lymphatic system to process, mobilize, and remove the destroyed fat cells and the other debris from their body. Final results are seen only after the elimination process is complete and not before. That's why you should support your patient's lymphatic system with lymphatic booster treatments, and here's why. The lymphatic system eliminates waste, toxins, and excess fluids from the body, right? Well, the cryolipolysis treatments add to that workload by leaving behind the dead fat cells or dying fat cells that become dead fat cells and other debris which the lymphatic system must remove. And for healthy lymphatic function, here's the deal. The lymphatic system has no pump and relies on movement by the body to move the waste along and out. But that's not all it needs. Here's a summary of what your client needs for healthy lymphatic function. besides movement, which is exercise, and how many of our clients regularly exercise, it needs water or hydration, and most of us don't drink enough water. Low stress levels, kind of unheard of these days, and proper nutrition. Eating on the go, junk food, fast food, not proper nutrition. And the problem is, as we went down the list, you can see that most of your clients' lifestyles work against all of the needs of the lymphatic system. Thus the need to provide lymphatic booster treatments. Incorporating lymphatic booster treatments help you deliver the best results. That's it, bottom line. The very reason that most successful body contouring professionals incorporate these treatments into their fat reduction protocols. So, as you might guess, lymphatic boosters, in case you don't know, they're treatments that boost the lymphatic system by promoting healthy lymphatic function. They enhance lymphatic flow by increasing both the blood circulation and the lymphatic circulation. Now, here's a couple of our favorites. Whole body vibration therapy or vibration therapy. It's a passive exercise therapy that increases the blood and lymphatic circulation with intense but comfortable muscle contractions. Patients simply stand on a vibration platform for a short 10-minute program, and they enjoy, quote, getting their exercise in an effortless and really enjoyable way. Now, we encourage you to add vibration therapy to your business or consider it and to your cryolipolysis protocols, and you can do it easily because we offer an online vibration therapy certification course. It includes the systems, the tools, the forms, the protocols, everything you need. If you'd like to take a look at it, there is a link to it in our show notes. And the second is pressotherapy or intermittent compression therapy. It's a computer-controlled compression therapy system that utilizes these inflating pumps that are woven within this bodysuit that's worn by your client, and it applies intermittent compression to your patient's body by stimulating blood and lymphatic circulation. The treatment patients describe to us all the time that it feels like a soothing massage, and they feel and enjoy being pampered. So we encourage you to consider adding pressotherapy to your business and to your cryolipolysis protocols, and it's easy. We also offer an online pressotherapy certification course that includes the system, tools, forms, protocols, everything you need. And you can get more information if you like about the course. We've left a link to the course in our show notes. Now, today's episode, it really boils down to this. Cryolipolysis is a powerful fat reduction treatment, as are all non-invasive body contouring treatments. And you can see it's essential to follow the established protocols to ensure optimal results. They're proven. Altering a protocol takes not only expert knowledge, but lots of time with many trials so you can prove its efficacy and safety. You've learned that when you perform a repeat cryolipolysis treatment before that recommended 6-week mark, you can harm the client and you can hinder the body's natural fat elimination process, which may very well lead to subpar outcomes. So, instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, focus on enhancing the body's lymphatic function with lymphatic booster treatments like vibration therapy or pressotherapy. With these treatments, you can accelerate and optimize fat reduction results safely and effectively following cryolipolysis or any other fat reduction technology like cavitation or lipolaser. And by adhering to these practices, you will deliver exceptional results and maintain your client's trust and satisfaction. Thanks again for listening. That's it for today. Until next time, beautiful wishes.
If you enjoyed our podcast, we'd really appreciate it if you take a few minutes to leave us a review. And if you'd like to learn more about our courses and resources, you can get all the scoop by visiting our website, bodycontouringacademy.com. That's bodycontouringacademy.com. Thank you so much for listening. As always, have a great rest of your day. And until next time, beautiful wishes.